Greetings, Flesh Wound Horror freaks, and welcome to Flesh Wound Horror Live. I am Flesh Wound Dan, joined by producer Todd.
Greetings.
And
Good evening. Good. Oh my God. Whatever. What's up,
yeah,
y'all? I was
fucking
the
Mark.
wrong one there.
And Pugs Dread. You want to say my catchphrase too?
Fuck, no, I don't. Namaste. Or come. I got candy.
Pugs Dread.
Namaste, and rest in peace, Kegan Carter. That truly devastating. Not even fronting. This hurts.
Cougar couldn't even make it here today. Too broken up.
Understandably. And to tie it back into horror, she's in the Psycho parody, and I believe the Friday the 13th parody.
Which we 100% covered the Friday the 13th.
We did. I remember praising her while I think we did a commentary. Didn't we?
Who knows? Probably. Yeah,
Okay.
Check the channel. We'll see.
Yeah, that was a Patreon thing. So anyway,
Well, that might have
I
been
didn't mean to bring the
pre-YouTube.
room down.
Could be wrong.
No,
You know what? We did. We covered it on the Psycho show. We did. Yeah.
Oh, so that would have been the Psycho one we covered on the Psycho show.
Yeah.
I said the Friday. Either way, yeah, we covered both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ben Grimm, I'll have to research your work. Enjoy, bud.
If you fap now, does that make your hand a necrophiliac?
100%. I'm gonna do it now just because. Dad's like, I've been there. I remember Savannah.
It wasn't a crime in California until Arnold Schwarzenegger made it. Thanks, Dick.
I won't stop, but I'll feel really bad about it after. What's up, Dave? What's up, Ben? Kicking it off with necrophilia. That's
howdy.
And we're not even 3 minutes in. Well, thank God we're not trying to get monetized. And then Dad gets worried about us saying the R word. But literally, he brings up necrophilia in the first 3 minutes. I can't say that, Dan.
I feel like that's not as offensive because it's more rare. I mean,
so if that's our standards, then by all means, then Pugs can easily talk about anything he wants about from Serbian film because that's extremely rare. So by Dan's logic, it's on and popping.
I don't know. I feel like necrophilia is pretty rare, but maybe not. I don't know.
Serbian film too. It's a stillborn, not alive and kicking, which is this Sunday.
Yes, XPW Alive and Kicking is this Sunday. We're gonna have a new deathmatch champion, so that's gonna be interesting. Vacated titles, so we're gonna get a new champ. Wonder who that's
if we're gonna do it now, then XPW Goes Loco Blu-rays are now on XPW's thexpw.com and some other stuff.
So I've been looking, and it's that people have been retweeting those Blu-rays that you did a great job on.
Right.
They've been doing like Kat has been doing like the sexy Blu-ray poses. Other people I think have been doing that.
No, I'm not doing it.
I think we all need to do sexy poses with the Blu-rays to get these things.
Dan,
sold.
if you want to do that on your monthly hat, man, for a graphic, I will allow you to do that for the monthly graphic.
What? I'm gonna need you to.
You always want your face on it. There you go. And if a little brain slip, I'll put a little face there too.
I'm gonna need you to send me enough to do the American Beauty pose.
Okay, Dan. No. I didn't say with XPW DVDs. I said for your Hatman collection, you have enough DVDs to do it.
Oh, sure, I can do it.
That's why I said yes. So you're promoting the Hatman. So you want it to look like this.
Basically,
awesome as I had that ready, right?
Physical media version of that. Yes, I feel like that would be
all inappropriate titles.
You're right. Did you see on our reel from Spacey that we got some comments about some people who got stuff signed?
No, I didn't.
And they said it went smoothly, and yeah.
I didn't realize it fucking happened already.
I didn't realize it was like that's probably smart. They didn't like announce it 6 months.
Just to recap for people that are unaware, Mad Monster Party booked Kevin Spacey for a signing, and there was a lot of anger about that.
There was some support right here.
I know Dan gets all
you know what,
but he got away with it, so there's nothing.
he was not convicted. Yes,
I said Dan.
Court of public
he
apparently more nowadays.
I figured he'd be okay though, because I don't think anybody was going to be able to say a lot, because anybody that's seeing him had to pay him, because I think they had him like in a back room sort of deal. He wasn't just sitting out on the floor where people. I
hope they implemented an age restriction to for the autograph. Can you imagine little kids running up in their Brandon Ruth costumes like Superman Returns?
I can't remember I was talking to another YouTuber years ago, and they had told me, I don't remember the convention. It was probably Weekend of Horror. I don't know if it was Weekend of Horrors, but something like that. And Victor Salva was there. And there was a couple that like had their kid in a photo where he was holding their kid. That exists. Like,
that's fucking awesome. They might be ignorant. They might be ignorant of it. How long ago was this?
This would have been a while ago. Like, this was not.
Yeah, he hasn't done a convention since the internet was the internet we know now.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think Jeepers Creepers was out, but yeah, it probably would have been like one of the last things.
He was able to do conventions through 2.
I think he did. I know for a fact,
dude. If I had a kid, I'd take a photo with him. Can you do me a favor? Put your finger right here.
And then just pull like a Dirty Rod action figure out last minute.
Good shit.
Wow. But yeah,
acting like you're all high and mighty, Dan. Shut up.
You wanted to see somebody jump over the table, just like, I'm gonna get my $200 worth, and just start fucking wailing on him.
Boo.
What else we got going on? XPW this weekend. Did we miss any news?
I feel like Chamber is happening this weekend too.
Oh, dude, 5 a.m.
Chamber Dan likes. That was zone of interest.
5 a.m. I gotta stay up for the elimination chamber.
You don't have to do that.
You don't have to stay up. But...
you're
up around that time anyway, though.
Sometimes, but my mind's not functional. That's where I have to.
It barely is. 8 p.m. Yeah, that's what I'm like. I'm not. 2 o'clock sounds good. Then I'm realizing, like, yeah, that's too late. I don't want to start wrestling at 2. Be done at like 6 in the morning, and I got to leave at like. No.
I think it'll be a tight 3-hour no more pay-per-view.
I would imagine they'd bump it like the Saudi shows, have it a little longer, since it's like Australia. They haven't had an event there since fucking the Brothers of Destruction versus DX. Ugh.
That wasn't as bad as people make it out to be.
Your memory is incorrect, sir. You know how fucking diehard I am of the Brothers of Destruction, and that was horrible. A shit show.
Like,
it wasn't Goldberg Taker bad. I mean,
well, yeah, they were safer than that, but still.
Yeah, but they're different types of workers. Like, when you see it from Shawn and Triple H, you're like, oh.
Yeah, Shawn was the best.
He was, but he still had lost his step, and that's what, like, he never wanted people to see, and I really never wanted to see Shawn lose a step.
He looked like Mr. Peanut was the biggest issue. He looked like
he should do fuck it. You know, everyone's gonna say I'm Nick Gage. Fuck it, just start doing fucking deathmatchy shit.
Mick Foley's getting in shape. Sean, you're safe.
HBK gang done.
Can you imagine the Sweet Chin music?
That needs to be, I'm making that shirt now.
Can you imagine the Sweet Chin music, and right at the end he tosses him a chair and just kicks it? That's like his finish every time.
Yeah, fucking light tube. Come on. Good splash.
Sean's gonna like just cut his Achilles tendon.
Classic Sean overselling a death match. He's a backflip off a light tube shot.
Can you imagine the Saudi prince discovers deathmatch wrestling and he's just like, okay, I want exploding ring deathmatch. It's like, don't worry, our guys got it.
I will totally.
Yeah, I'm not letting their pyrotechnics handle it.
That
tell you right now, no, thank you.
That never forget gone. I don't know what you're talking about. 9 what? If you give us the biggest fucking deathmatch show, get Rob Black in there, get us over there.
We have a very well, that's later in the review. We have a 9/11 line I couldn't stop laughing at.
Did we tonight? I'm trying to remember what that was from.
I took a picture. I could.
Okay.
Huh.
Can't remember, but okay. I'm always in for those.
All right.
This is an SCS, Dan. Get us back on track.
Yeah.
Back on track. Let's kick it off with our first movie of the evening, which is a Screambox original. I didn't know anything about going into it.
Speaking of wrestling.
Yeah, right. Hey, segue.
Yeah.
Horror and wrestling tonight. We've got Here for Blood from director Daniel Torres. And in this film, when his girlfriend Phoebe is swamped with college exams, Tom O'Bannon, a rowdy pro wrestler struggling to make ends meet, agrees to fill in as a last-minute replacement for her well-paying babysitter job. Tom arrives at an isolated family home where he meets the precocious 10-year-old Grace. What starts off as a quiet night of pizza and video games quickly spirals into bloody, violent chaos as Tom and Grace find themselves fighting for their lives when an unworldly cult of masked intruders descend on the home. All right, Here for Blood.
Fuck a duck.
Oh, you didn't like it?
That's a line from the movie.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I kind of figured this one was...
This is a crowd pleaser for fucking sure.
Yeah, it's kind of Home Alone with a sprinkle of Psycho Goreman, the babysitter, in there. It's first off Sean Roberts, who plays Tom O'Bannon, the wrestler, which kind of a shitty name for a wrestler, Tom O'Bannon. Kind of felt like he needed more of a gimmick name, but Sean Roberts, very likable. He was funny in this. It's a slow build. At first, I'm thinking like, okay, this is just gonna be him fucking up some crooks trying to rob the house, and it's gonna just
be more wrestler Home Alone.
Wrestler Home Alone, yeah. Like he hits him with like the paint bucket, and then like clocks him with the Canadian Destroyer or something.
And to be fair, I would have been fine with that.
Yeah,
he stabs them, one of the intruders, in the arm, and they don't do anything. He fucking no-sold me.
They should have just had like the final boss be Ultimate Warrior, just like running around the house, just not selling shit,
just yelling racism.
So it is like it builds to the craziness. I mean, we get Dee Schneider as a decapitated head in this film. Like it is wild and practical gore. Lots and lots of blood spray in this one, to an almost ridiculous extent. We get a lot of good blood geyser gore. There's some twists and turns. It's a lot of fun, and there's more to it than you think, because again, the synopsis otherworldly, so it's not just your typical like people going in there to rob the place or kidnap somebody. It's they really go hard, and the villains look cool. There's that guy in that kind of like upside down scream mask. I thought he looked really cool. I think this will please the mask aficionados out there. If enough people see this, I could see that being something that even gets merch at some point. Probably one of my favorite kills is when he just starts elbow dropping the guy.
Fuck yeah, dude!
Until the face just turned to mush.
That's how you do it, you fuck!
A lot of movies that try and incorporate wrestling, it's like you can sometimes tell that the makers are not really wrestling fans. Here, I felt like they put some thought into the kills. That was great. The best, there's a potential gore shot of the year scene in this where you get like a butcher knife to the neck of this one cultist, and it's like, oh, that's gnarly. But then you have Tom that kind of like finishes it off the rest of the way when he just sort of like just clocks the butcher knife that's in his neck and just you get the full decap. Gorehounds will be pleased. It is a lot of gore, a lot of laughs. This is, like I said, Screambox has been on par and sometimes outshining Shudder lately.
I think their brand of humor and just overall what they tend to look for is closer to my tastes than Shudder has been in the last 5 years.
This is the feeling I wanted from Destroy All Neighbors. Like, this is the tone it should have went for.
Yeah.
I agree. There's just tons of action. It doesn't. I mean, I referenced Psycho Goreman. It doesn't quite get that crazy necessarily, or at least not that specific kind of crazy. But it really works.
What's the lead's name again?
Sean Roberts. So he played. You might recognize him. He's been in a lot of stuff. He played Resident like Evil, Rogue's boyfriend or something in X-Men. Something like that.
Well, maybe in the first one. He was in Resident Evil. He's in a couple of them. Because I looked him up because like this dude is charming as fuck. I think I messaged you guys. He reminded me of like a Brian Cage meets fucking Randy Spears. Another reference meets fucking like a little bit of Ken Shamrock. And like honestly, this dude, if he wants to play Ash in the upcoming Evil Dead, I'm all in. Like this dude won me over so fucking hard. Wow. And I don't think it's just the wrestling thing either, because it's like he's whatever it is, he's a very likable guy and he's protecting of the child. So obviously I'm gonna like him even more. And then he's foul-mouthed, beer drinking. Like, okay, you're winning me over here, bud.
Ash, if he took a ton of human growth hormone, is how I.
He's ready this time.
yes.
Yeah, I loved it from front to back. I did not go in here expecting to find like a new favorite, a new comfort movie. But I'll be goddamn if I didn't watch this movie twice, and you guys know how fucking strapped for time I am. The second one was like not focused as well.
I get it.
Yeah. I fucking loved it. I want more from this universe. Fucking just give me more. I can't preach this enough. I told Evil Ed about it. I don't know if he's done it yet, but man, it's you can buy it on Vudu. I think it's like $10, but honestly, just get Screambox. It's worth the price we pay. What is it? $5, something like that. Yeah, I fucking loved it. The masks are cool. The pretty boy one, I don't know what his name. They don't really give him the names, but he was
Lover Boy. I think was that. Yeah, they don't.
Where he keeps his cassette tape is fucking brilliant. Like, I want to see him go on a fucking him versus Sex Machine from Dusk Till Dawn.
There you go.
Yeah, dude, this movie fucking rocks. I had zero complaints, and even the chicks were fucking awesome. The blonde was amazing. Her boyfriend was a fucking asshole. Oh, asshole's another line in the movie that's great. Yeah, this whole movie fucking rules, man. I ear to ear smile. I'm elated.
A lot of people have asked me, like, if you guys all made a movie, like, what would it kind of feel like? And I was watching this, and I was like, probably like this with more raunch. Probably this would be pretty close.
I mean, if we're making one together, sure, but I would go more. My instincts are more serious. But
you know what I would add?
This, huh?
You know what I would add?
Yeah, Blondie for sure.
Yeah, so right there, Dad. It was missing that element.
Yeah, but I had a blast. This could crack the list this year. We're early, but it could definitely.
As of right now, it would be in my top 10. As of this moment, it is in that.
Oh, yeah.
I concur.
We're also only in February, but almost done with
February. But it's way too enjoyable, and it hits all my hallmarks, all the things you guys like too. Like it's fucking blood and wrestling. One thing is missing is tits.
And
yeah,
I'll get there.
You get roided out man titties. I mean, so there
not
you
the
go.
Same.
That's
not the same.
If side boob doesn't count, roided out man does not count.
Oh, and I like the recurring theme of that one dude that got like burned, and he just kept getting fucked up, and that was like the most Home Alone part. That was like the Joe Pesci I was waiting for him to step on a nail.
I wish he would have said it's just a flesh wound. Then like it would have tied everything together.
I feel like this needs merch. I don't know. It's Screambox, so it's like you never know. There's still more eyes like on Shudder, but I think if enough people see this, I can see like Trick or Treat selling some of the masks or even getting action figures. This movie has a lot of. I mean, how do you not have the D. Schneider head?
He should have those custom made and sell them at conventions. Like well, I'll get it to him.
yeah, that's got to happen. So, well, any other thoughts, Todd?
Ben says he'd watch a sequel.
Fucking A.
Yeah, it was great. I loved it.
All right.
It's I fucking love it too, dude. I like it, flaws and all. I don't care. Are we rating it right now?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a 5 out of 5. This is too fun not to. Like, could I pick apart at it? Sure, but fuck that. This movie's way too enjoyable.
Barney Likes Bear asks,
Is it as good as The Babysitter? I think it's better.
I thought better. Yeah, okay. I think a lot better.
If we're going,
but that might depend on your taste.
I was going to say, if we're going the first, I say yes. If we're going the second, I say no. So, but that's just me.
I didn't like the second. See, I didn't like Babysitter 2. I thought 1 was okay though. But
okay, well, good.
I think I like both, but
I did too. But I do think it's better than But either way, well, we're checking out. It's definitely on par. I'll say that for sure. It's definitely on par with the first one.
All right. Did you rate it, Todd? I'm sorry.
I did not, but I was actually going back and forth between a 4.5 and a 5. You guys talked me up for this one, so I'm a 5.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 5 too. Honestly, it sets out to do exactly what it wanted. It's just a wild, fun, gory, good time. It's a safe bet, probably for most of you. You'll have a good time with this.
As of right now, it's one big hole, but we shall see.
We shall see. All right, so moving on to our next movie. Let's see if this one was as good of a time as the last one, because we're going to.
Before you say it, or before, hey, there's a wrestling connection with this one, Pugs. Also,
Skeletons in the Closet.
Alex, I'll tell you what it is. It's a wrestler we know's daughter is in this one.
We know. Oh, I better behave then.
Kind of why I'm warning you, but no, yeah, you're fine.
Okay. That's why he's warning you. All right, so Skeletons. Skeletons in the Closet, a Shudder original from director Asif Akbar. And in this film, haunted by a malevolent spirit since childhood, a desperate mother allows herself to become possessed in order to save the life of her terminally ill daughter. So, all right, I'm going to get the nice out of the way first and just say really good cast. Terrence Howard, who plays the dad, Mark. We get Cuba Gooding Jr. as his brother Andres. Always great to see Udo Kier, who plays the mysterious Luke, and also Louis Mandylor, who, they're kind of some reveals there. But and Clifton Powell. So very good cast, good acting. It's a slog.
I haven't seen Clifton Powell since he was doing commentary for X Beats over you. That's a joke. He did not do.
Maybe he did. I don't know.
I don't know. It looked like Pinky to me.
You got to tag in once in a while. Man.
What the fuck happened to Terrence Howard and Cuba Gooding Jr.? Like, what happened? Okay. Age was not kind.
So Cuba Gooding Jr. has had a weird career. Because he'll bust something out like Jerry Maguire, and you're thinking like, okay, he's going to be at the top of Hollywood. Yeah. Does shit all for a while, then does radio. It seems like he's going to be back on the top of the world. Does shit all. He's had a very bizarre career.
It's called racism in Hollywood, Dan. That's a very clear reason why he's not on top.
Well, he also didn't he kind of like grab some asses at some clubs?
That didn't matter at his time of fame, though, Dan.
No, not back.
That was no. They were like, "Yeah, go Cuba or Cuba.
Squeeze it harder.
Show me the
asshole." Yeah, he's had a strange career.
I was gonna say it's rude. You can hear that in the background if you turn Psycho the remake all the way up.
This whole movie, I mean, Terrence Howard, I kind of like him as more of like a suave villain. Like he just felt wooden in this one. He doesn't really sell the proper emotions for me that he should be going through. I'm not saying he phoned it in, just he's wooden. He's bland. Oh, you're okay. Well,
yeah, he's there to pay rent. Like, there's no way.
Yeah. It's a very it felt like a soap opera, a daytime soap opera.
It felt like 4 movies cut together. Like they have 4 scripts, and like we can't do all of these. Let's just merge them into one. All right, cool. Who can we get? All right, Terrence owes me a favor.
Yeah, we can get Udo Kier to hold a snake and look menacing.
He did fine.
Yeah. It keeps the horror locked in the closet. I mean, there's some really bad CGI, daytime CGI too, which doesn't bode well. The supernatural element, it feels like it's barely present at times. I mean, it has its moments. Like I said, most of the actors, Cuba Gooding Jr. is doing his best. This might be the first thing. I think he's trying.
Dude, he's trying to play a thug with his for show, and like he's just okay. I gotta be careful. He's playing up the urban, and like you're not. I don't see that in you.
Yeah, we know he is. He's not Doughboy.
No,
that's the problem. We know the part he's supposed to be playing.
Like if Terrence Howard would have did that, I believe it a little more, even to this day. But even he was, I felt bad for him. I don't know.
Yeah, they definitely
weird.
Flipped. They should have been flipped. They went against type, and it doesn't work.
Yeah,
because
doesn't it feel like? I mean, because Terrence Howard's on that Empire, isn't he on Empire, which is a big show?
I don't know. They
can't watch Empire.
I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I know it's a big deal. So.
I know Dan doesn't.
I have not watched Empire, but I know it's a big deal and I've heard of it. Don't you also think it's weird? They kind of just drop like the mob guys out of this.
That's why I'm like there's a couple scripts that got sewn together here, and because that should have been addressed.
It's like they show up to intimidate this family. And then they're just gone from the story. It's like, what? Wait, what? I thought they were going to show up and maybe get fucked up by the ghost or something. Like, it's just like they totally dropped these plot points. And it's just the movie moves slow. This is a painful one if you watch a lot of horror movies. Maybe, if you're just a casual watcher of horror movies, maybe you get through this and it's perfectly fine. I don't know. But, man...
This is what I was talking about earlier. This is how most Shudder movies feel to me. So you feel my pain.
That sucks. Yeah.
There's a lot of good on Shudder, though.
I said this is how they feel to me, Dan.
Yeah.
I know you don't.
We've had more of this lately. I'll give you that.
I would disagree. Once again, motherfucker, I'm not talking about your feelings. I'm talking about mine. There is a difference.
Okay. You hate everything. That's fine. Todd.
He doesn't hate.
Cuba Gooding Jr. isn't thug enough for you. God,
come on, he was trained.
He's not. Yeah, he's not. That phone call bothered the shit out of him.
He got out of the goddamn car like a bitch when he was supposed to go right for someone. Smoke that punk ass motherfucker.
Never live it down.
Now that would have brought this movie to life if those mob guys came in and Cuba just like smoked them all. Like something like don't.
Well,
leave
the entity should have, and then he should have got the blame since he's of color and has a record.
Just the cops show up and just that was...
I'm like,
what year was it in this movie? Let's see. Would he have lived? 92. R.I.P.
Seriously, this movie, you're correct. It's a fucking chore. At least for me, I rolled my eyes almost the entire time. It's like the disease that kid has. Give it to me right now because it sucks so bad. I don't really have anything positive to say about this. This sucked. It sucks.
Cuba is watching this right now, and there's a tear rolling down his cheek.
Do like, better, radio.
I'm hard. No, watch one of us can get fucked up by Cuba Gooding.
Oh, if it happens, we have to film it. I feel like a beatdown by Cuba Gooding Jr. would blow up the channel.
Yeah, I'll take him on. Fuck it.
I used to see Ricky up at Tower all the time.
He's just stomping on our heads, just like, I got nominated for 2 Oscars.
Well, you won one, so, but yeah, just the one.
I can't believe you won it for that shitty movie too.
Jerry Maguire.
Jerry Maguire. That movie's awesome. What?
I watched that once in like '97 and never again. Didn't hate it, just indifferent. I don't know.
Do you guys see that one dude who bought like all the VHS tapes? Yeah. But for real though, Terrence Howard and Cuba Gooding Jr., like their name used to mean something to me. I'm like, oh yeah, they're probably quality, or at least there should be a certain level where I'm entertained.
Yeah.
Nah, not anymore. This movie did some damage to the reputation for me.
Yeah. You can find better ways to spend your time. Here for Blood is really good. So
yeah.
Skeletons.
Shudder, so Screambox for the win this week.
Screambox. We'll do that. If we're doing a Screambox Shudder, we'll do a head-to-head every time.
We tend to, though. They tend to like release them at the same time. We've had a lot of them on the same show.
They both have something coming out this week too, right?
We should tally it up at the end of the year and see like who's.
Well, we're starting now. There we go.
Not bad idea.
So Skeletons in the Closet. Man, I'm a half star just because some of the acting was fine, but this movie was a chore to sit through.
I didn't really get to talk about it other than my interjections, but honestly, there's nothing else to pile on this one. So I am be nice and give it a 1.
Okay.
It was competently made. It's not in it. Well, it looked competently made.
It looks like a movie. Cool. Yeah. Well, fucking Here for Blood should have been in the theaters. This one should have just been shelved for me. Like I don't think it's good. I do think Udo Kier saved what he could of it, so I'm not going to give it a 0. I'm a half star out of 5.
All right. So I've got a solo review. It won't be long since I was the only one that watched it, but
Sokoa?
I saw, there you go, right to the throat. I saw all right, I'm going to say it right. Bramayugam, and Indian. Right. It's exactly right. I hit it on the dot. You know how I know? I looked at other people saying it. So it's Bramayugam.
Were they Indian?
They were.
Okay.
They were. I did my research.
Kids not watching Joe Bob try to say it or something.
No, I didn't know.
He went to his local liquor store, 7-Eleven. Hey, what's it say? It's in English, you asshole. Get out of my store.
No soup for you. All right.
Good job.
So from where the fuck was I? Bramayugam, from director. I didn't learn how to say the director's name. Rahul Sadasvian. I'm gonna say that's good. So this follows Thavan, a folk singer of the Panan caste, has a fateful encounter when escaping slavery, leading to discover an ancient tradition altering his destiny. To expand on that a little bit, he's fleeing persecution. He's about to be sold, and this takes place in the 17th century in a remote province, South Malabar. And as he's escaping and he goes through this gateway, he ends up at this strange house, I guess we can call it, where he runs into this character, Koduman Pati, played by Mammootty. And if you're a fan of Indian cinema, you may recognize that. He's probably in his 70s. He's a big time star in India. And he finds out that this guy kind of gives him shelter and gives him basically a job. There's only one other person there called the cook. And as he slowly discovers, the longer he stays there, he loses his memory of who he was before. and discovers that he cannot leave this place because Kaduman Padi is actually, I'll just say, a sinister entity and not exactly what he appears to be. So this is Indian folk horror, Indian fantasy folk horror, and it's a longer film. I mean, like most Indian movies are, it's about 2 hours, 19 minutes. I didn't feel it. I thought the acting in this was stellar. If you're not too sure about dipping your toes in Indian film, there's no dance numbers. There's very little music. The guy has to sing for the, none of that. This is not that kind of movie. That shit. That's Indian cinema right now, action films in particular. Stuff like RRR. I didn't know you watched it.
Fucking incredible.
Yeah, and that's not the best of the best, Pugs. I've got other recommendations for you.
Send them over in the summer, please.
But I mean, that one is really good. But the Tiger series, my friend Lauren got me into that. Like, what we're not getting out of American action movies, we're kind of getting out of Indian action movies. But Zombie sounds like a ripoff of Hotel California. That's could be. I don't know what you're talking about there, but we get one like song that factors into the plot. But overall, this is just a battle of wits. He's trying to find this key that could be the way he escapes from this place, this labyrinth. I really enjoyed it. Nothing super gory or anything. Most of it is suspense driven, and if you just it'll play well for fantasy fans too. I think you would really like it, Pugs. I don't know about you, Todd. I know you're a little hesitant with the Indian stuff.
I watched the trailer. Absolutely not.
Close-minded, Chad, but I think Pugs will like it.
No, I'm not close-minded. I know exactly what I do and don't like, and this falls in the don't like. Because I will try anything. But I've tried enough of it to know I don't like it.
Did you watch RRR?
Was that one? Did I have to watch that?
It's like almost 3 hours.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, we didn't review it.
Yeah, no,
but we had
it was nominated.
Yeah,
I'd watch it
for a song.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe action movies more than the horror films for you, Todd. But
it's nothing I'd ever watch again, and I would have much rather used my time on something else.
Okay. Well, so this one, great atmosphere. It's shot in black and white, which I think adds a lot to it. And
I was going to ask if it was all. I was going to ask if it was all sepia tone, like all the Sicken movies. There's no color, so I immediately start to fall asleep.
Well, then
driving in the desert, to me, all one color. I can handle black and white, but when it's all, sorry.
You know what really blows my mind with these Indian films now? They're charting at the box office, and usually when I go, the theaters, if not completely full, they're more than half full. There wasn't a lot. I went during the day too, so to have it all about half full, that's pretty impressive. I mean, I think people are starting.
There's a reason they're in there because people are seeing them.
Yeah. Now, again, I do live in an area where there is more of an Indian population. I'm not going to say that's the case everywhere, but
AMC specifically plays them in areas that they will play well. Like we have it here. You're not going to have them in like Arizona. Like be real. I mean, one that you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, they do that. Like that one, only you have it. Like there's no other AMC anywhere out here that has it.
Yeah,
that was a very specific one.
Yeah, I have about two that I go to.
Theater?
I mean, just for AMC's, we were just in network. I didn't look at it at work.
Gotcha.
I would think, California somewhere.
I'm sure
somewhere.
We're sure we have it somewhere, but am I willing to travel? Nah.
Yeah, there's one that comes out Friday that looks interesting. It's not horror.
I can wait till VOD.
Bugs,
Barbie.
What?
If you see this, let me know what you think later on, because I do think you would like it. So let me know. All right, so
did you rate it?
I am going to give this one 4 stars. I had a great time. Yeah.
Right on.
All right. So once again, Bramayugam. Check it out. Now you know what? We do have another horror movie coming out this week, don't we, Todd? You told me about it.
Yes.
Stop motion, which I know nothing about, but
me neither, and I'm not looking anything up. And
that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Stop motion. Yes.
Just found out about it right before we did the show.
Yeah.
Well,
That must have popped up late because I checked everything and I was like,
today. It went up today.
yeah.
Because yesterday, Thursday wasn't filled up yet. Today it is. And that's there.
Yeah. Did you like it sucks too because I can't time it out with Drive Away Dolls, which actually looks really funny.
Perfect.
But yeah. Not a fan of that one.
No, I'm no. I'm the theaters that I want to go to.
Oh, it's not
close,
that
have it. Yeah, closest one is by Utah or
Norwalk.
Yeah.
All right. So when I get out to LA next time,
God damn it! I gave it my location. That's a bitch.
We mentioned it before.
I say I go there.
We went live from there.
I used to spend a lot of time in Norwalk. You know, Easy used to live in Norwalk. I'd always hoping to catch him at Norwalk Records, but never did.
Which is the one we went to? We went to that one screening. I don't remember what for, but super like it was a ritzy theater. Like it felt like everybody was just stepping off the set of like Real Housewives.
Was it when we went to go watch?
It was probably something that we can't say we saw. So it's like
wasn't it when we saw the documentary?
No, that was Vidiots. No.
Yeah, but everyone was dressed up.
Oh yeah, but I'm talking like it was a test thing or something.
Oh well, yeah, because the people who work there have to dress up.
Yeah, just everybody.
Everyone else,
you can tell who looks like who works there. They look the rest.
They aren't dressed like Caesar and fucking.
Then there was that weird
they have the dress code like WWE used to have when you arrive. It's suit or athletic gear.
Yeah, it was just a weird vibe. Like we were in line, and then that dude just came up and like hugged us for no reason.
What?
Like thanks for yeah. And then I was like, "Who the fuck?"
I think Dan was getting groomed.
Like,
all this.
I don't know. The dude he looked like Michael Keaton if he just never quite made it in life. And he just like walked up and hugged everybody. And I was just like, who the fuck is that? And like, you just were like, I don't know. He just hugged Michael Keaton, I guess. I don't know.
I don't remember.
Weird vibe. Todd doesn't pick up on the weird vibes. I don't know. Maybe it was Michael Keaton. I don't know.
Fucking weirdos everywhere.
Yeah.
Back.
Especially those.
Also,
like,
Todd's too big
when I
to
see
get
those weirdos, I meant Hollywood weirdos. That's all I meant. Being very specific.
I came to LA to hang out, and I got diddled by Batman. God damn
I'm jealous.
Hey, you almost got diddled by a Marvel superhero, so you.
Yeah,
when are you going to tell that story, Pugs? Because you haven't.
Patreon. Well, once that little fuck dies.
I think you're close enough, but
I thought I was when I met him. He's fucking still kicking, alive and kicking this Sunday.
Pugs tells all about his Marvel Me Too.
You got to.
I kind of want to do that on the main show, but
I don't mind. Not today.
I 100% think that's taped on Patreon, and then we make the call.
Yes.
I don't think I even know all.
Otherwise, we're just gonna pull it and I'm gonna have to edit it and then put it back up anyway. No matter what happens, that will have to happen if we do it live on the main channel.
I'll give all my interactions. So that's cool.
All right, so Marvel Me Too coming soon to the Patreon. But let's get into our next movie, which is Gods of the Deep from director Charlie Steeds. So when a daring mission leads a deep-sea submarine team into a mysterious opening in the ocean floor, they uncover a lost underwater world and awaken an ancient race of otherworldly beings. So I think this one is odd timing with the whole submersible element to the story. Okay, so first off, I just want to talk a little bit about the director, Charlie Steeds. So there are a ton of low budget horror movies coming out of the UK, more than ever. The last like 5 years or so, it's just been insane. You probably all recognize names like Andrew Jones and Scott Jeffries, the guys behind Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Many of these movies are just very dry, and that's the issue. There have been exceptions to that rule recently. They're just very fucking dry. Like, they take things too seriously. Charlie Steed's, his stuff tends to be a little higher concept, better effects, better scripts. That's not to say that he's ever really hit a home run, but he's of a higher quality. He did Death Ranch. That's that blaxploitation grindhouse movie that might be his best work. He did Barge People, which, again, was kind of a miss, but at least it had some cool makeup effects. Winter Skin, House of Violent Desire. He's like on the verge of getting that really good movie. He never quite gets there. So tackling Lovecraft, and especially effects, with a heavy effects Lovecraft, and not going psychological with it, that's usually a mistake. This is another not quite hitting situation for him. I think actually it works better as an undersea thriller than a Lovecraft film. So maybe go in if you can be tolerant of like a lower budget Leviathan or Deep Star 6. You might have a decent time. One issue that I have with it, and it's not a spoiler because it's in the art, it peaks early. We get Cthulhu early on.
Yeah,
Immediately, and then it's like towards the end, it's like it's more the back and forth with the some tentacles being flung around, but we get Cthulhu early, and the problem tackling that, like, at least if you're into the literature, if Cthulhu rises up like that, you're just fucked. Like, you're not going to do anything about it. So there's some moments of really solid effects work for the budget, but it peaks early. It keeps things short. I will give this movie that. It's a very short runtime. I don't know if it even hits 70 minutes with credits. It's short. It doesn't overstay its welcome. There's a lot of callbacks, Pickman Corporation and the Providence submersive vessel, all of that. There's a lot of references to other Lovecraft stories, and if you're very forgiving, I feel like it might be worth a watch, but it probably won't be for everybody. But having watched a lot of these low-budget UK movies, I still feel like Charlie Steed's goes for it, and it shows. But unfortunately, doesn't quite get there once again. Pugs, what did you think?
Well, I agree with you on this man knows how to make a good-looking movie, because I did enjoy the look of Barge People, and I enjoyed the look of this one. My only problem is I barely remember this movie, and I saw it 2 days ago. I could not tell you. I know I like tentacles. I know Cthulhu popped up, and I know that he tries to revive somebody. That's all I remember of the fucking movie. That is not good. Yeah, I didn't hold my interest, or it didn't. Not enough to retain the information I was given, which is terrible, being a Lovecraft story, or that type in genre. So I can't really say how my feelings for the movie, because the whole thing is gone. Like, I just don't care about it anymore. So sorry, dude. I know you have it in you visually, but you need some work. This does not work for me. Boo.
Yeah, that was my biggest thing. It's forgettable. There was elements I liked about it, but I mean, it was just like, I get what Dan's saying. Like, you can see he just needs to find the right material, and it hasn't. Like, I see a good director in there, but he's the writer.
The acting's also better than normal too. Like,
yeah,
I had no issues with the cast.
This is a level above most of the UK DTV stuff we see.
Yeah, I think so.
But it's still, I don't know. I mean, like, I don't dread watching his films like I do some of the other people out of the UK. So I'll check out what he does next. Just unfortunately, this one didn't work for me. Yeah, it was forgettable.
Story doesn't stick.
I have a thing that I really love, like, undersea aquatic horror. I always have, even when Abyss and Leviathan, Deep Star 6, all that stuff
You're a
came out.
boat
I
guy.
still enjoyed. I am a boat guy, and
Yeah.
I still enjoyed like some of the lower budget Roger Corman stuff that he did to capitalize on that, of Unknown
Fucking Roger Corman.
Origin, stuff like that.
That's better.
Yeah, but I don't know. I had a decent enough time. This kind of ends on a sequel note, so I'm in for another one. He's gonna get there. I feel like this guy does have that hit in him. This is not it, but since it is so far above a lot of the UK content that they just throw out, like cookie cutter stuff, I have to give this at least a 3. I because it is better than average. So
It's no Killing Tree.
It's no Killing Tree, but not a lot is.
But I'm gonna give it a 2. It's below average for me, but the technical skill is there. It's just forgettable too.
Okay. Well, my immediate reaction was I'm giving this a 1 on the show. Talking about it today, I'm giving it a half star out of 5. I can't remember.
I get it. It happens.
I know it was pretty. That was all.
I think they should have held Cthulhu for the end. That's like one of the big things. It really just peaks early.
Yeah.
World War Z is another film that peaks early. Those shots in Israel are amazing. And then it's like the finale is just in a hospital with a couple dozen zombies.
Well, that's also thanks to Reese. Yeah.
A lot
But,
of
like,
movies try that though, where they go big in the beginning and they get smaller and smaller. Sometimes it's pulled off, but most of the time
are like that too. Most are top heavy. I mean, if you look at them, find that a lot on farce.
Well, they got a message at the end. It has to be delivered. Something you remember.
So up next we have kind of a novelty. It's I believe, could be wrong. Chat can correct me if they can find something. But the first ever Jimmy Buffett slasher film, Murdaritaville.
You could argue. I'm just going to do it right now. You could argue Club Dread is the first because it is supposed to be him, but they rename him. It's a different character, but it's the same thing. And just saying.
Bill Paxton, right?
Yeah, I mean, but he was a parody of Jimmy Buffett, Margaritaville, and the coconut, whatever. Yeah,
I liked him in that movie. I thought he got to do something different, which he doesn't always get to do. So
live action Pac-Man.
We'll do that one. We'll do this one this October on Farce.
Okay, cool.
Ozzy's gonna hate it.
He likes Broken Lizard stuff though, so I don't know. He could have seen it.
But
actually,
I don't know.
That's the one that kind of divides Broken Lizard fans, but that'll be what we'll find out. We're not allowed to review Chasing Amy. He doesn't want it covered at all. It hurts him too much inside.
Why?
Too much.
Yeah. I'm the one who dated a lesbian for like 2 years, but I'm the one.
Dude, I did too. That movie was hard to watch. Like,
so you
I lived that movie.
I laugh.
Like that movie, like I didn't draw comic books, but like, yeah, that movie's painful. All right, so Murdaritaville.
Oh yeah,
our love lives.
Ben just says the Broken Lizard. What was it? Tacoma FD was just canceled, unfortunately.
Did they have enough time? Did they know going out?
Last season they replaced one of the people. I think they knew it. Basically, True TV just stopped doing scripted comedy. The last season was the last one to get in before they called it. So that means, in other words, that just means they have impractical jokers.
More room for jokers.
And that's like on its last legs unless Joe comes back.
That's why.
All right. So, Murdaritaville from writer-director Paul Dale. So, a group of Jimmy Buffett fanatics on their way to an impersonator.
You didn't read that already?
No.
Oh, my bad.
I did not. A group of. I'll say it again, goddammit.
One more time for
Just shut up. A group of Jimmy Buffett fanatics on their way to an impersonator contest start getting killed off by a half man, half bird named Parrot Head.
Come on, Dan. It's trop rock. Get it right.
I didn't say trop rock. I see it in the description. I've never heard trop rock, so
I think
wasn't sure
that's
if that was a mistake.
well, it's tropical rock.
Yeah, with a ukulele.
Oh, okay. I was just like, okay, Jimmy Buffett, that works.
Well, they probably couldn't legally put his name in the description, so trop rock it is.
That is one issue because you can't do the music. That's one issue that I had with this movie. But all right, I'm going to actually tag you in first on this one, Todd, because I feel like you probably liked it.
I fucking loved it. I thought I'm watching. I was like 90 seconds in. I was like, oh, this is what I want right now. It was stupid. It was like, and the songs that weren't like real songs, they worked for me. It was just, this is the moment I couldn't stop laughing. I took a picture. It's when someone after the Uber leaves, and we just one star. We'll just like, I'm curious what you guys saw, because I'm pretty 100% Krieger would want to kill me after watching it, because this 100%. This is no pickaxe. This is a whole nother level.
Yeah.
But it was just dumb. It's fun. It worked for me. I don't know. You want to go next or last? Okay.
What did you think?
It didn't work for me like it did for Todd. I appreciate. Oh, let me behave. I appreciate the stupidity it brings. Like that does take some courage and some balls to pull some shit off like this. I commend them for giving a tribute to Jimmy Buffett as they were filming. He passed away, which R.I.P. But this is a no for me. Like, I was not in the mood for this. I was not even
when Homeland gets kicked out of the car for like being a fake Buffett.
there are some moments where I do chuckle, but no, I can't follow you down this road, Todd.
I was properly medicated while watching,
and I bet that helped tremendously. I do find Parrot Head kind of charming, and I would like to see where I don't know. There's something there, but this ain't it for me.
I get the end. Oh my god, I cannot imagine how mad that ending would make Kruger.
Oh, and then the credits roll. They just show the makeup going.
That
was the most fun I had in the movie. Actually,
the outtakes. It was like the movie was like 50 minutes plus like 13 minutes of credits.
One thing I did think was funny. You get a long extended blooper segment, which this movie made me want to like it more than I actually did. Then you get the fake credits. Like the fake credits just go on to pad out the blooper. Like somebody's credited as Bigfoot tracker, set exorcist, space archaeologist. They just keep making up bullshit. And I thought that kept was going.
See, my thing with it got too much, and I was like, so fucking. But then, like, what they were showing me on screen was more entertaining. But then after a while, they started to be funny again. I started laughing at the stupid credits. So it just got me in the right day, in the right mood.
There are a handful of moments where I chuckled. This movie just never like fully got me. It's super silly. Maybe Sewer Gators is one I might compare it to. It's super, super silly. If you're looking for gore, nudity, anything like that, you're not going to get it, and it's pretty obvious early on that this is not that kind of movie. It's a total comedy. Like, I chuckled when, and again, I don't get the reference, but the girl insulted or said that her favorite album was this, I guess, not like Jimmy Buffett album, and then Parrot Head just appears and it's like, "You tasteless whore," and he just starts chasing her down the dock. Like, there's moments like that where it's like, I want to like this more than I am. But I
could totally make this movie and just switch it out with Easy.
I would like that more. What type of head would you be?
It would just be wearing the wig.
Just Easy mask.
At Lokes.
There's a the gag.
You just hear Dre Day was Easy's payday.
The gag, like, where the neighbor with just like that little piece of fence and everything.
That was so fucking
like,
stupid.
Again, I chuckle, but it's like the joke goes on just a little bit too long for me. It's not. Yeah, there's Opera Shark. Like again, that made me chuckle a little bit. It's just I found myself. It just never like really got me there where I was laughing my ass off. This one really depends on your sense of humor, and maybe if you are a Jimmy Buffett fan, there might be things that I missed.
Todd, did you watch this before? Skeletons and Gods, Skeletons in the Closet and Gods of the Deep.
I can tell you if you really want to know.
I do, because like
you want to see if my bar was lowered before I put it on.
Yes, because that's what happened to me. I saw that after, and this I was just in a shit mood.
Okay, well,
they couldn't bring me out of it.
I'm gonna throw it out there again.
Read Zombie's question real quick, and I'll.
Zombie's asking Todd, if people perform a cover song in a movie and never release a soundtrack, can the filmmakers be in trouble with the record label?
Yes, but like it's cheaper to pay for the rights to cover a song than it is to get the actual song.
You don't even have to pay sometimes. As long as you give the artist credit, you're off the hook. If the label wants to be a dick, they can pursue, but usually they don't. That's why like a bunch of bands re-record their own shit so they can own it. Like Taylor Swift just released her re-recording of her own albums, so she can own it.
Oh, okay. All right. I watched Here for Blood. I watched Skeletons. Okay. What was the other one? Gods of the Deep? Yeah, I watched those both before Margaritaville.
Oh, okay.
Murdaritaville.
Sorry, yes. Thank you.
Okay.
Another sin that it does commit, and I knew we weren't getting it, but if you're a B movie, don't do a shower scene and not deliver. Don't do that. Do not do that. Like it's just going to piss people off.
But I thought the way they did it was, it didn't bother me like another one's.
I get it. I didn't think I was getting anything out of this, but
yeah, it didn't feel like a tease like a lot of times like in Dustin's films will get. But now he just shows titties over there too, so I'm not even hate on him.
I think we changed.
Cool dude, or take notes. You make this kind of entertaining film, I'll throw a few bucks at your fucking hair club for men.
Dude, that fucker sent me like multiple messages and a voice message.
Oh, can we play?
I don't know if I can.
Was he threatening you?
No, like I keep getting. I make fun of the guy, and I still get these. I mean, some of them are obviously automated, but I still get these messages. Let me see if I can find it. You talk a minute.
He's just luring you into.
Though.
Can you? I mean, if somebody sends you
that's
a
why
message,
I said make your impression.
He's probably playing a trick on you, Dan, being all nice and shit. Then once he gets you cornered, he turns into an asshole.
We're gonna have Dan on the episode of Death by Flame.
I mean, the movie is
podcaster.
The movie is called Skate to Hell. Sounds riveting.
Ice skating.
I'm gonna go contribute to get Flesh Food features. No. Number one fan Daniel Shine will be in those credits.
All right. How about I send him a reply? Like maybe like a photo or something like that.
Is this stuff for the show?
Just before you back your Kickstarter to get you on the Hood tour. And then if he contributes, just do that every time he sends it. Just send that right back. There you go.
Can we get him to come with us on that tour?
We can collab like the. Well, I guess those are the fucker people, but whatever.
I can't do a
non-penetration collab.
I can't imagine Cool Duder in the Hood.
That's why we can't barely imagine you there, Dan.
Yeah, Dan. That's like doubling it up.
I am
waving your money.
You know what? Maybe we can reach out to Dirty D and get a live performance.
You're gonna have everybody going around with bedazzled hats, like they're gonna bling on the hats. I'm gonna change everything. You're gonna see it everywhere. Rap videos, everything. I'm telling you, we're gonna make this tour happen.
See Dan violate the Hood code. I'm like, I don't know this motherfucker.
He with you? Nah.
So
I turned into Cuba Gooding Jr. from Skeleton in the Closet. Nah, son, nah.
So I just replied with a clip of Kathy Bates' nude scene in About Schmidt. So now we wait and see what happens.
He drops the phone thing in the front camera. He switched over and shit.
Hey, did we rate this?
No, we didn't.
My rating has gone up since we talked about this.
Do you have anything else to say, Dan? I've kind of figured I would be alone. I thought maybe one of you might get some chuckles out of it, but I knew
I got some chuckles. I got some chuckles, but I'm a 2. It just overall it didn't work for me. Not my kind of B movie.
I think that's kind of high because I'm giving it a 1, and that was just me being generous. And there's moments where it's enjoyable, but
I can tell this week. Fun.
There you go. Yeah. I do see that, which is that's also kind of important. But in a week where I'm forced to watch slogs, no.
Welcome to the beginning of the year. Well, for me, I'm gonna give it a 3.
Okay. I saw your hand. I was like, you're fucking tripping.
Like,
if you enjoyed it that much, I can't hate.
But no, I give it a 3.
Okay. All right. So we'll see what happens with Cool Duder.
It could raise before the end of the year, though. We'll see. I want to own a physical copy of this thing. So
if it doesn't come with a fucking Hawaiian shirt, it's a fail.
If they make a reaction style figure of the parrot dude, I'm all in.
That's not a bad idea.
I'm still mad I didn't get the Pool Party Massacre one.
If you have a Hawaiian shirt slipcover, that would probably be a cool gimmick.
Yeah. Like Drive or Grease or
right.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. I remember when I was in like the Caribbean, went to the Caribbean a lot. It was like Jimmy Buffett shit like playing everywhere. You couldn't get 5 feet without somebody blasting Jimmy Buffett. So yeah. I don't mind the music. I'm just not, fanboy of it. All right.
You said blasting Jimmy Buffett, and I thought back to Boys in the Hood.
And All right. So moving on to our main event of the evening, which I think might be a Pug's Dread favorite, but we'll see. Cult Killer from director John Keyes, who's coming up.
Okay.
Because it has the word cult in it, I'm guessing.
Cult Killer.
And we all know your favorite song's Cult of Personality.
So the director, if John Keyes.
Oh, real quick, I'm so glad I didn't go to Raw Monday. That piece of shit.
Oh my God, he came out at the end. Speech. I was laughing. The first thing I thought, I was like, I wish Pugs would have went just for that.
So fucking pissed.
You're like, I'm Pug free. I can go to Raw. Then he shows up after the cameras go off.
This is why I won't go. I got hit up for WrestleMania 41, and I'm like, no, there's a chance he could be there.
You know what? Damn. I know. You'd have fun yelling at him the whole time he was out there. People. You would at least get that satisfaction of people like, "Ew, what's he doing?"
I'm like the dude that didn't like me when I booed the shit out of Rey Mysterio with his stupid Rey Mysterio belt. Like, nah, you put this shit away, bro. Anyway, Cult Killer.
All right, Cult Killer. So the director, if John Keyes sounds familiar, low budget horror guy who's kind of come up in terms of budget. He directed Suburban Nightmare, which is a fantastic movie. I love Suburban Nightmare. He also did Hallow's End and American Nightmare with Debbie Rochon, which we covered, I think, on Slashtober last year.
I like both of those films. Are great.
Suburban Nightmare is really a really good dark comedy horror film. So in Cult Killer, he's also like a regular director for a bunch of Bruce Willis stuff. Antonio Banderas now, he's doing multiple movies with him. So that's kind of where he is 20 years later. And in Cult Killer, a private investigator is forced into a dangerous alliance with the killer in order to uncover a quiet town's grisly criminal underbelly and clear the name of her mentor, who is implicated in the crimes. So Cult Killer, I will say first off, as you would expect with most of these movies, this is an Alice Eve movie. Antonio Banderas is kind of the Yoda mentor character in this.
He's billed as Antonio Banderas, so if you know how to read credits, it's pretty.
Yeah, but throwing it out there front and center, it's not really.
He's there though.
But yeah, I was going to say, but it's not like Drew Barrymore. He's throughout this picture.
I was going to say Trejo from Scream.
Yeah, that was a very specific reference, Dan. If you.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
it was supposed to be one that just passed by, but
Danny Trejo is the
worst
where he goes. Offender. You're right. Like I
only said his name because I know that's what you meant, but I wouldn't call him worse. He got paid to be there, and he's.
Oh no! I'm just saying in general. Like Danny Trejo, I clocked him, and he did get top billing in one movie that he was in for just under a minute and a half.
That's a whole fucking day, dude.
So yeah, Antonio gets some screen time, and he's good. I will say one thing for Antonio Banderas: he still tries to perform in these movies, which is nice to see. So Alice Eve, she's sort of trying to uncover. It's strange because it's not a cult; it's just kind of these garden variety traffickers, perverts. Like it's not really a cult.
They're a cult of people trafficking. I mean, it's still
yeah, but
the way they looking for that religious element.
Yeah, the way they talk, it's very cultish, and the way that they're all formatted, it's just not a religious cult. I think that's his problem.
Yeah, maybe, but there's no like
cult.
philosophy.
Not a shitty one built on fucking lies.
I don't feel like you're a cult if you're just a group of sadists.
Because you gotta really have fucking shitty ass Jesus involved somehow.
Well, okay,
fucking religious people always try to throw your shit.
It's not a cult.
Have a cult if there's no religion in it.
Usually, a cult does have a religious figurehead. It does. You're wrong, Ted.
They're usually an aspect of I don't know if a figurehead, but there is. Yeah,
nobody's being led here. They're just. This is basically like an Epstein group. It's not like a cult. Not a big deal. The villains are nasty. In fact,
they're not there enough.
Huh?
They're not there enough. The villains.
I think they went harder than I was expecting for
really
the severed head thrown down the chimney. Like I thought they went hard a few times. The "call me mommy" thing. Like I thought that was pretty brutal.
That was this is like girl with the dragon tattoo style.
No.
Okay. Very clearly.
Hey, Chewy.
A relatively small group of people having religious beliefs or practices regarded by others strange or sinister.
Practice. Okay.
So
I'm saying not a cult.
Well, because if you look at Dan's favorite Black Christmas version, that is a cult in there, and there's no doubting it's a cult. But they are not
worshiping a deity.
But
they're worshiping.
Yeah, okay, they are.
They are. They 100%.
That's because that's the agenda. They want to push you cults, religion, all that nonsense. I don't know.
Let's not talk about that movie during this one.
This is a group of traffickers. That's all. That's sadists. I don't.
The old lady was the best.
By definition, cult is correct.
Okay. So Olwen.
Okay, fuck.
Segue into the movie. Olwen Foray, who plays Dottie, the old lady. You recognize her from Mandy and a bunch of films. She is a nasty fucking villain in this. A really nasty villain. Pugs, talk about it for 2 seconds. I'm having some issue outside I gotta attend to. Give me 10 seconds.
Take your gun.
Go.
All right.
Now that he's gone, I'll come back.
All right. So it's a cult. I forgot what
the dictionary definition.
Webster don't know shit. Little black.
I'm an Arnold guy.
Out here.
I know what we're talking
about. Yeah, this does have like girl with a dragon tattoo vibes, or like elements real too. Yeah. Well, I know it's missing. Well, they talk about something Todd is very supportive of. I occasionally am too. Actually, I am too. And that sounded gruesome and horrible, and I would have preferred to see that movie or those elements just to feel a little more animosity towards the bad guys. But I enjoyed the cult. I thought they were cool. I would have preferred to have been with them the whole time, like to have their point of view. Because Antonio Banderas is cool. Go ahead.
I had a problem with their leadership.
Not strong enough, or
No,
like matriarchy?
Yeah, I'm not down with that.
I would take orders from her. She's a bad bitch. But the one she took, her dude is kind of a weenie, but yeah, this movie was just okay for me. I wasn't blown away. I do think everyone showed up and did the best they could. Good looking movie. The cult killer, the girl with the dragon tattoo, I didn't really like her, so I was kind of rooting against her. I did like, I forgot her name. Ashley, you said? Well, the lead chick, the Antonio Banderas, Alice Eve.
Cassie is Alice Eve. Is Cassie? Yeah.
All right, Antonio Banderas is Luke Skywalker. She's cool. I liked her in other movies. I can't remember exactly where, but she was cool. The bar friend people, the opening scene is probably my favorite, and that set me up for failure because this movie didn't deliver the rest. But I still didn't mind watching it. I do like some of the gore elements that were thrown down there. But you're telling me what happened to these girls, and I kind of want a visual of that. So.
That's like the one thing. And
Cliff Booth, I'm a stonecutter myself. I've never joined the No Homers Club. The paddling of the swollen ass.
I think that this one it goes a little bit harder than you would expect for a lot of these like direct-to-video Bruce Willis or Antonio Banderas films. Well, no, this one technically isn't, but a lot of those films tend to be very safe and just bland. I thought this one brought the violence fairly well. Shelley Henning, who plays Jamie, pretty good psychopath, like trying to wipe out this cult, or if we're calling it a cult. And I think it flowed well. I was entertained by it. I agree it doesn't hit those
I don't believe in her
for a
old boy
horror
training.
fan.
I don't believe her old boy training work, dude. I wasn't buying it.
She's pretty savage. There were a few moments like the other, I don't want to spoil the movie, but the other member of the cult that's it's kind of revealed early, but I thought he could have been in on it a little bit more. Like I wanted to see Jamie go after him, which I thought would have been satisfying. But overall, if you like a decent revenge movie, this hit most of the right notes for me.
Yeah, it was solid.
I like the setting.
I didn't. Yeah, it wasn't what I expected, but I really didn't know much about it. But like from the setup and then kind of where we go, it wasn't exactly where I thought from the setup. So, and I know what you mean by like that. Like I really like that setting and getting to know everyone. So I get what you kind of mean. Like after that, you kind of wanted to keep that going, but you don't kind of go in a different direction. But I did really have a good time with the direction it went because I did see it in theaters.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It's not a hardcore, like if you're looking for like a torture gore flick, it's not Hostile. It doesn't go there, but it gives you enough, and the villains are really, really strong. So
I do think I do wish they would have revealed them earlier. At least the main lady. I fucking loved her. She's a bad bitch.
Yeah. I was just in Texas Chainsaw Massacre too.
Oh, that's where she's from. I couldn't recognize. Yeah, okay.
The Marilyn Burns role.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had a good time.
That's why Leatherface didn't recognize her. You needed time.
All right. So any closing thoughts before we rate this one?
No.
All right. I'm a 3. You've seen it all before, but I was entertained.
All right. Just because I couldn't really believe in what the dragon tattoo lady was doing, I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5.
I'm a 3.5. I had a good time. Definitely one to check out on streaming. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to say run out and buy the VOD, but check it out on streaming.
How did this make it to theaters and fucking Here for Blood? This is a crime.
That Screambox, do they do some? Yeah, they do on some of theirs too.
Do they? There's no big name in Here Comes for Blood, so that's probably
Shaky Shivers had that one night thing.
Yeah.
So that, I mean, I guess you count it. It was just one night. Most of their stuff doesn't. I mean, there's not a lot yet to say that they do.
Yeah, I mean, Terrifier doesn't count because they did the Shudder deal after. So
yeah,
or sorry, the Screambox deal after.
Yeah, that predates. So, but I'd like to see more. You're right. And I think it comes down to budget though, because believe it or not, Cult Killer costs probably significantly more than Here for Blood.
Well, just to get they're in fucking Ireland, and they're like,
Antonio Banderas. So sometimes it's a budgetary thing. They're probably like, are we really going to put the film that costs like a few $100,000 at most in the theater? They need to, because that's like some of your best stuff, but hopefully they'll be more open.
They also see how many people show up for a lot of those, so I think they're a little bit more.
Yeah, we'll just throw whatever. But I don't know. Maybe Antonio Banderas still has enough juice that they thought, like, we can go theatrical with it.
You have to remember, you guys, we're just still coming out of there. There's still not enough movies.
Yeah.
We're still dealing with I was going to say recession, the aftermath
of
this.
Too.
That is not helping the draw. But I mean, but yeah, there is, we're still going to get smaller stuff like this. I mean, but I don't think they're like Screambox, Dread, whichever, going to want to put everything out.
Yeah,
but I could have swore I've seen a couple that are still yet to be released on Screambox.
I'd have to look.
I can't think of them off the top of my head, but I know there's been a couple Dread ones I've seen.
Onyx the Fortuitous is not Screambox, is it?
Yes, it was. There's one. Thank you.
Okay.
That's another one night one. That was the same as the Shaky Shivers one, not Fathom Events, the other one.
I think that's really the model. Like, put it out for like a day event, see if you sell enough tickets, and then
or then you cancel the one, like the one that remember they canceled.
Oh, American Nightmare.
Yeah. The one with my girl.
The Bundy movie.
No, the Bundy movie we saw in theaters.
Okay,
it was the second one, the
Alien Warnos movie.
Boogie Woman, American Boogie Woman.
There you go.
I wish we do another one. I like that because you get a little part like they really focus on a little part you don't see. Like normally the other movies don't focus on. Give me a BTK one with just something him and Cricket's Day Out.
When I was gonna say when he took that fucking sabbatical, he started murdering animals.
How is the
low? We rate this? Do we rate this? Okay, cool. I just want to make
sure. Did you rate it?
I said 3.5.
Oh, how have we not gotten low budget filmmakers that have taken advantage and done an Epstein movie? Like, I know we had that one that wasn't really an Epstein movie. The
haunting at whatever his address is. I fucking love that one.
But that wasn't really like
you want a movie,
an Epstein movie, like Eric Roberts is. Jeffrey.
Got it. You want like a Lifetime Epstein movie?
Well,
I want a fucking Lifetime Epstein movie. I think it'd be fucking awesome.
They just haven't done it, which is odd to me because that's been out there now for years. So it's like,
well, all the people that green light movies probably. Well, you said indie.
Oh, Taryn Manning as Ghislaine Maxwell.
I'm in. Are we from the makers of how can we get Karen? Thank you.
Fuck.
I don't want Lifetime though. I would rather just a.
Well, Karen wasn't Lifetime. That was Hard R.
Yeah, that was BET.
Oh, okay.
It was BET Plus. God damn it.
Whatever. I fucking love Lifetime movies. Unabashedly, unashamed. Those give out some quality fucking stories. They light on the gore, so I'm there with you. But like, if I'm in. I see that.
This week I went on a bend with those behind the Scream, the unauthorized stories of. And they're so like I miss those. They're just shitty movies reenacting, like the drama from back in the day. Because there was Three's Company, Charlie's Angels, what was it? Mork and Mindy. Part where he's doing cokes, and then the last one I just watched. Different Strokes. They didn't give us the bike shop in there.
I was gonna say, was it the bicycle episode?
What we get when he's robbing the video store.
Can you imagine like all of the like B movie stars playing like Prince Andrew and like, who do you get? Who's who do you cast now? Because you'd have to go really stupid and exploitive with it if you're gonna do it.
You can play Prince Andrew. Shave. Say I don't sweat.
Accent. Fuck. Scott Adkins is Prince Andrew.
Cool Duder is
Jimmy Kimmel.
Well, no, obviously, wouldn't he be Quentin Tarantino?
Was he on a list? I didn't think was Tarantino.
No. I'm talking about the feet.
Oh, I was talking to Neptune.
Yeah, I know you were. I was trying.
Yeah, Cool Duder's got the foot video out there. That's pretty weird.
Well, I don't know anything about a video.
No, it's on YouTube.
Is it his video? His foot?
It is fuck.
Coming soon to Patreon. We'll be watching Cool Duder.
You will not.
He's got a foot finder.
It's called account? Like Cool Duder Foot Monster or something. If you look it up on YouTube, you can find it. It's the most disturbing shit on YouTube. It's early, like I think before he was famous, and it's really.
Oh, is this what made him?
Yeah, he's cried every time a store pulls physical media.
It's like.
How do you feel about? But no, Zombie's asking. How do you feel about Kevin Hart as Mork from Mork and Mindy movie? Is he going to steal everyone's material too and do shitty coke? I just realized I've never really gave a. I don't like Robin Williams. I've never. Like I can't, other than Popeye, I don't like. There's
even
no
as
Robin
a
Williams
serious
movie.
actor.
There's if you ask me, what?
1 hour.
Okay, there you go. That one I do like. I like
Dude, his character on fucking
Insomnia.
Insomnia is good too.
Yeah, you're right. It's just his
SVU man. He played a fucking major creeper. His serious roles.
His serious stuff's been good, but yeah. Like,
although I'm a diehard fucking Miss Doubtfire and Hook.
Oh fuck!
I love.
Yeah,
Hook.
You see this?
No, I don't like Miss Doubtfire. That was one growing up.
I don't see. I didn't watch.
Not funny.
I fucking love Miss Doubtfire, dude.
I didn't watch till an adult, and he's not being too Robin Williamsy in that. Like,
I mean, more. You don't like the comedies.
I just don't really. Something about him. I've never. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, Zombie, I don't give a shit about Kevin Hart, so I don't really care about Mork and Mindy either. So.
Yeah, you know who played Mindy in that the movie I watched, the TV one? It was Erin Hayes before she got big. Well, big enough. I mean, TV star.
Is Mindy gonna be black too, or they just switch it up to have it urban? Is that still allowed?
Well, I mean, if you do one, you can do both. I mean,
yeah, but have you seen like TV lately? Everything's fucking United Nations. It's actually to the point where it's distracting and annoying, but. I might be in the minority here.
Ben says, see, I don't want to just be shitting on Robin Williams. I know everyone loves him.
Ben Grimm. I saw Robin Williams perform live for the troops when I was out playing war. Always love him for that. Yeah.
He's a nice guy. I don't think anything particular.
He didn't have any material. You didn't have any material for him to steal, so
he was working with all stolen material. Yeah, just pay for it, asshole.
His stand-up, stolen or not, though, he delivers well.
Yeah, like, you pick from the best.
No. Cocaine delivers well, Dan. So funny. At the end of the movie, too, they like the one guy's like, "Hey, Robin, come here. I want to do some coke." Hands him like a beer with coke. He's like, "Oh no." Oh, I was like, "Motherfucker, I know he hit that shit right in the real life."
I have a DVD set somewhere that has the 90210,
Saved by the Bell, and there's two others.
Maybe Melrose Place. I'm not 100%.
Those aren't as good, but I do like those two. Now I'm going to watch those. Thanks, Dan.
Yeah, I don't know. I have to double check if I can find it.
His kid directed Lisa Frankenstein. Yeah, that blew our minds when.
Oh yeah, because I made the joke. Well, yeah, he stole some of it from Warm Bodies.
Shit, are we coming up on like a decade now since he died?
I'm sure the memes will let us know eventually.
Maybe not quite, but it's getting there. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
I was bummed. I do love Robin, but that one meme, it's like, oh, the perfect bag doesn't exist, and it's Robin Williams' face with when you pull the rope it tightens. I like that's pretty good.
There was me some Popeye.
There was some convention drama a few years back where somebody like made a prop that looked real. It was like Robin Williams on a news.
I remember hearing this. I remember actually I saw the photo. I thought it was funny. People are too fucking sensitive.
People were pissed. And this guy actually showed up to the con too, which is yeah.
I miss people pissing people off. I can't do that on YouTube. I need all you fuckers to like us. God damn
it. Soft ass people.
I know. I'm what 2015 Todd back.
I don't think you last in our chat long enough though if you're soft. I think most of our fans are hardened.
This is still pretty fucking soft, man.
Yeah, we're pretty diluted. We're like 5 proof here.
Yeah, this is the young Nickelodeon.
Called? So we've settled Patreon.
Nickelodeon
set the whole scene. Well, that would be a page. Yeah, the Nickelodeon. We got to set the whole scene for the Marvel Me Too.
You're hyping it up way too much. It's not like that.
It's still funny as shit.
Well, I want to under promise and over deliver. So it is worth hearing. I'll tell you that.
I knew where Dan was going, and he still had to do it. I'm not even.
What are you talking about, Todd? It's cut
out. What are you talking
I'm
about?
not. I'm just talking about Dan in general.
I got you. He is tiring.
Everybody.
So what's next?
We have SCS coming up. I know that for XPW.
We got a couple SCS comes out. We got a very special interview and maybe another interview. Both would be very special though. Yeah.
So stay tuned for some interesting wrestling content this weekend.
And go buy your XPW Blu-rays on thexpwwrestling.com because it helps Flesh Read also. And check out XPW Kicking and Screaming this Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern on pay-per-view on streamxpw.com. We will be watching.
Yeah. Deathmatch tournament. We will have a new deathmatch champion.
Guaranteed new deathmatch champion.
I didn't realize it was a tournament.
Well, it's not a tournament. I was gonna
It's a gauntlet, right?
It is a gauntlet of death.
Gauntlet, my bad. Gauntlet.
And because that piece of shit, Judge Joe Dredd's been talking shit to Rob, and he put hands on the man. He put hands on the man.
I don't approve of that.
He will be the first one in the gauntlet. So he's gonna have to last.
You know what? If anybody can do it though, fucking Judge Joe Dredd can.
We still got 2 more people to be. You know what? Honestly, we might be crossing over right now with the Rob Black show. So he might be announcing already. We might have all 6 men announced. I don't know.
JG Michael is asking, does Rob Black have you on his payroll?
Yes. I don't know. I mean, technically, I mean,
makes the Blu-rays.
Yeah. And the digital.
He outsources. So yes, there is work involved. But we're not
Todd will be heading up Extreme Associates if it ever comes back.
Hell yeah, dude.
You never tell if that was true. How would you tell if that was true?
Say it again.
How would you tell? It would be if you look at the product and be like, oh yeah, Todd's in charge now.
It would feel like it's 1999 again for sure. Like it would.
They'd probably be a little bit bigger too.
Those are the new ones, dude. Yeah,
we can do BBW Extreme. Come on.
Hey,
you know what? I don't think he ever did a BBW movie, but I distinctly remember like something with like that kind of theme. And I don't know, can't tell you which one it was, but I feel like he did back then.
Yeah, okay, so fill me in on this. Okay, Slasher just brought this up. Anchor Bay is releasing that whatever. What is it?
Abruptio, and they're also putting out a Gunnar Hansen documentary.
Now, I know people were all weird about it. Is this just Lionsgate using the name again? Is that all we're doing?
Well, it's nobody that was ever involved with Anchor Bay back in the day, so it,
but
it bought the
Lionsgate,
name.
Lionsgate owns Anchor Bay, so is it just it's just like they were doing before, right?
Well, I'm assuming they don't anymore. I'm assuming whoever these people are bought it. I didn't look at all of
Okay,
the
okay, no, I was just curious because that's the last I heard. Anchor,
yeah.
and then they just kind of folded it into Lionsgate because Lionsgate already had a horror name. I mean, it was already like associated with it. So I mean, at that point, the brand was dead. So yeah, if it's someone who went out used their own money to purchase Anchor Bay to start it again, it's kind of a dumb move, in my opinion, because you could just start a boutique label with a fresh slate. But if it's Lionsgate, then big fucking deal. It's just them using it.
But
for
you
their
also
indie
get
brand.
the history of them.
But
if
you
buy
don't
the
really,
name.
though.
The
But you feel like you
collectors,
do.
like I'll put it this way, Abruptio, which looks interesting. There's going to be some people that are going to buy that because it's Anchor Bay that would not give two shits otherwise.
I don't even believe that is a demographic now. The person that's just going to buy this movie because it's a company from 20 plus years ago that has
Slash Home Video says Anchor Bay's name is a sure thing at first.
You number it, you know collectors are. I'm not saying it's reaching the mainstream or doing, and at some point,
people that are like our age probably like, oh, Anchor Bay, fuck yeah.
It seems like the people our age are the ones that are bitching the most. The community,
where it'll
that's all they do though.
Where
it'll
disappoint people is they don't have those big licenses anymore, and a lot of those fans, they want to see them put out a new Army of Darkness. They want to see them put out, Suspiria, stuff that they don't have. So I do think that it'll lead to disappointment because that's all, a certain section of the hardcore collectors want. They're just interested in those big tier 80s horror movies.
I don't think the name has the value that you guys think it does anymore because there's so many
Slash Home Video also just killed it right there. Yeah, we are in a bubble. Most people don't look at distributor labels. Yeah.
No. Well, that goes for any label. I'm strictly talking the bubble here.
But no, that goes for movie. Most people are like, oh, that came out. That's Warner Brothers. That's Universal. It's not a normal thing for normal people. That's for film people.
Same thing with the label. Insane to me when I went to the Egyptian theater and this foreign couple asked if there's a Tom Cruise movie playing here. I'm like, that's a fucking thing. But again, I live in near Hollywood. I know. It just weirded me out.
Yeah, I think people are going to give a shit for a little bit. But then
I think the only shit they're going to give is to talk shit on it.
It will because
I will not buy anything based on the label. If they put out something of quality I want, I'll buy it.
Here's the thing, and I know you don't watch quite as much like horror YouTube as I do.
No, I don't watch
There's a section of YouTube that, like, when new announcements are made for physical media, there's that group that will shit on anything that is.
Yeah, that's why I don't watch YouTube. Fucking
that's like let me finish. They'll shit on anything that's not the next Nightmare on Elm Street, the new Nightmare on Elm Street box set. They don't care about anything else. It's that and a few other things. And that's the problem. So, maybe this Abruptio is great. I don't know. It looks
not gonna end up in my collection now. I'm purposely not. Unless the movie blows me away, then we'll see. I won't eat Dan's hat, but I'll eat my words.
It's a puppet movie. It's a puppet movie, so they're gonna say like, well, this isn't Suspiria or Halloween.
Well, I'm fucking I don't know what this movie.
What kind of puppet? Yeah, I don't know anything about. I got to do some research.
If it's like the boy Gen Z puppet, I'm fucking so in.
It has an interesting cast. James Marsters.
Gen V. I'm sorry, not Gen Z. Fucking moron.
Jordan Peele is voicing it, so there it goes.
Oh, never mind. Well, you know what? His best work is
either. I'm not alone.
Robert
Jordan Peele's best work is in Toy Story 4. Hands down.
He did. Oh, I didn't know he did a voice in that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe they'll embrace
the bad
guy. The bunny and the duck. He's the one that tried to kill the old lady.
Was it P and was it both?
It was Key and Peele. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was floored when they did that joke. I'm like, that they're doing a fucking smother a granny joke in Toy Story 4. That's definitely for the adults. It's fucking wild. There was a silhouette, Dan, of the two toys hovering over a granny, putting the pillow down, and then it cuts before it touches. I was like, what? That's wild.
I think I don't know that I've ever seen a Toy Story movie. Maybe the first
Even the
one.
First? Dude.
I mean, I'm sure I caught bits of it with my niece watching it, but I don't think I've ever actually watched one.
That is one that needs a re-render with the new 3D models. Watching that one is so weird now, because what's weird, and like it's weird for me to say that because it's technically not the original version anymore, but they re-rendered.
That's the one that got deleted.
No, that was the
second
that
too. One. Okay,
yeah, that was the second one.
That's fucked up.
But that one could use a re-render too. But they re-rendered them all when they made them 3D, but they didn't update like the character packs. Okay. Like, I think that one like
I never
needs
saw
a
3D version, so I can.
No. Well, they're the same thing. They're just in 3D. I mean, they re-rendered them into 3D, which is easier in animation. But I throw an anniversary. I mean, they did it for fucking Sharknado. You can do it for Toy Story. But,
that version's not out yet, right? Because I saw
it on digital, but I don't think there's a physical.
Okay.
There will be a physical, I bet, for that though at some point. I've been waiting.
I can see him putting it in another collection. There's just been so many. I don't know how much of a rush they're in, because no, they have physicals, at least DVDs of those other two Sharknado movies too. But
yeah, all the Sharknado movies have.
Well, I meant like the side movies.
Oh yeah. That's God. It's connected. What's connected to the universe? The Gutenberg Lavalantulas.
Not really connected to the universe. Steve Gutenberg has a cameo in the Sharknado that came out after, but it is not the same character. It is implied because it's Mike Mendez' character, different franchise. So technically, it's not him. He's not billed as the same character, but they're playing off it.
I was really hoping they would build to
a
meet cute.
Yeah, I don't know why he wasn't in the second one, but
there's a Lavalantula too.
Yeah, two lava, two lantula.
Two lava, two lantula. Yeah.
Damn,
but I do also I like that one, but I like Mike Mendez. Mike Mendez didn't come back for that one. That's
yeah. I did like that the Sandlot kid showed up in in that. I want more. You remember the American Pie reunion in? I think it was Trailer Park Sharks.
Yes, I do. Yes,
where they had like a bunch of American Pie people back.
Wasn't it like three?
Who?
Let's see. Tara Reid,
Thomas
Ian was in there. There was
and then the other one.
A couple more.
No, there was the other one. The one who drinks this. The one who tries to. The one who wants to fuck. What's her name? The fucking.
It wasn't Chris Klein?
No, of course not. No, it was the one no one fucking remembers. The one with the black hair.
Well, that's Chris Klein.
No. You
trying to make
Chris
him a
Klein,
star,
like,
dude.
first.
Yeah.
You said it like immediately. No,
Rollerball.
He has three names.
Rollerball killed his fucking career dead.
Michael Ian Black. No, Michael Ian Black is not the one.
Thomas Ian, the lead guy.
The Slipknot scene's cool.
Yeah.
Thomas, is that? Wait, which one's Thomas Ian?
Thomas Ian Nicholas, right?
Okay, yeah, that one. See, I was thinking Shipbreak.
Yeah, he was in it, and Tara Reid were like the
main those only two I remember.
No Shermanator?
I'll have to go back.
Maybe Shermanator. Well, what's it called again? I'm just gonna fucking look it up.
Trailer Park Sharks, I believe it was. Yeah.
Ben Grimm says Thomas Ian Nichols.
Yeah, I feel like we could get. What? Oh man, do you think? No, not Road Trip. I'm trying to think other like sex comedies from like that late '90s, early 2000 era. We need more Sci-Fi Channel gimmick movies. Like we had it with Police Academy. We had it with American Pie. We had it with a bunch of the boy band people, Dead Seven or something, where they were fighting zombies. NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. They did that.
No, but we also had Mr. Belding in there.
Yes. Yeah, he was in there. It was a fun movie, actually.
Yeah. Those are only three like TV stars that I see.
Okay.
But yeah, so maybe you're just saying another '90s person. Sex Drive. I don't remember if I like that one or not.
Sex Drive.
I know I finally watched it recently, like in the last 5 years, and
Seth Green's good in that as the Amish dude.
See, I don't remember. I think I watched it during quarantine. Finally, I was like, we'll watch it.
It's kind of like that tail end. There's not a lot of like proper sex comedies in the theaters after that. We had that. Miss March is another late in the game one.
Miss March, I really like. Yeah, that's fun.
Girl Next Door is a little later, but I liked that one.
I like that one too.
I like that too. It's so weird seeing Eliza Cuthbert as like a mom now in movies. That's like my mind won't accept it.
Sabrina the Teenage Witch is a fucking grandmother.
Yeah.
That is wild.
We're old, dude.
Yeah, it's called age.
Well, I'm younger than
just because you didn't do these things in life doesn't mean other people did. Dad's like, well, I haven't had kids. No one else my age is allowed to.
No, dude, it's fucking weird. I know some like people my age that have a grandkid, and I'm not 40 yet. It's insane.
Not abnormal, Dan.
Yeah,
I know. It's still weird though. Whoa, looking up like people that you went to school with, it's like it doesn't make. Man, that you don't even look the same. It's so weird.
I did recently come across a girl I went to first grade with, and and she grew up to be a fucking like just a stereotype abuelita looking lady. I'm like, what the fuck? So I saw one grow. Like that's how they become. That shit blew my mind. That was actually recently.
Have you ever like gone to school with somebody that you found out later, like just got really fucked up? Like,
yeah.
There was one that I went to school with. I was actually somewhat, not best friends, but I knew him well enough, hung out with them. And I was catching up with a friend on Facebook years ago, and he's like, yeah, he went insane. Like he tried to kill his parents, like with like a machete or something. He did. Fortunately, he didn't. They got it from him, but like he just lost his mind, and he's in like an insane asylum now. It's so weird.
The Slash Room video says, I worked with a kid whose dad I used to hang out with when he was in a crib. That's crazy. Now I got a couple of those. Actually, one, I think in 3 years he might be out. Attempted murder, breaking and entering, attempted murder.
Oh wow.
He's got a job when he comes out. He was cool with me.
If anyone watches Death by Fame, this is a tie-in for our Femme Fatales. There is a connection this week on the new episode of Murder by Fame.
I'm almost to season 2, Todd. So,
well, I won't tell you what happens and what she does, so I'm not going to spoil.
Wait, you're watching Femme Fatales?
No, he's talking Death by Fame.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
I just got to the episode with the Martin Lawrence movie. The basketball movie.
Oh yeah, okay. That was season 2. That's episode 1 of season 2.
Oh, well then I guess I made it.
All right, yeah. I see. I knew about that, but that's like I didn't know that whole story. It's funny because when we get into like all the ones that fell into hood shit, I'm like, you know better.
There's a decent movie, and I can't remember the actor's name off the top of my head, but Lovely Molly, I think it was. A solid little horror film, and that like lead actor like murdered a few different people, right?
Oh.
Like he just went fucking ballistic.
There is a movie, and I don't know if you've already covered the one guy. There is one that this guy who murdered, like he directed a sex comedy. So
yeah,
we have to watch the sex comedy that talk about the crime. So I'm not going to say which crime it is because I don't think Pugs has gotten there yet. And then we'll have Dan will review the movie as the sex comedy. And then we'll talk about the crime and we'll fill you in what the guy did. That could be a fun show.
There you go.
And if there's someone from Lovely Molly that murdered somebody, I'm into rewatching that movie. I remember really liking that movie a lot.
It is a good one. It's been a minute. You'll probably
what
remember
year did it come out?
I
know the name is
2011.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say at least a decade.
There's one scene where there's an elevation, pretty fucking rad. And I wanted. Yeah. There's also, well, I'm never gonna probably. You know what? I'm gonna save that. I'll tell you guys off air because I still may use this one day.
Okay.
Are we doing a Patreon thing tonight, or
I think we just kind of did.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, this was.
There's 3 Star Wars episodes that I haven't seen yet, and I totally forgot. Bad Batch is back, and as soon as we're done with that, I'm watching that.
Okay.
Oscar movies are putting on pause because of Star Wars. So.
You know what? I looked over the list, and
There's not
I
as
think
much,
I'm ahead actually more than I thought.
It's
Like I'm
2 weeks
not
away,
hurting.
dude. It's 2 weeks.
2
away.
weeks.
Yeah.
Well, that's sooner
2
than I
or
thought,
3?
but still.
It's the Oscar day is the 10th of March.
Okay.
Okay. So
I still think I'll be okay.
We should do that Thursday or Friday. I don't think it should be that Wednesday show because I don't know if I can get everything in. I'm trying, but
like do it on the 8th.
Well, we do the watch long. So
well, yeah, that's different. But like our Oscar show. Yeah, don't we normally do that? We'll figure it out. Because
to be determined. To be determined.
I'm having fun watching these though. They're way better than some of the movies I saw this week.
Well, there you go. We booked a show down the line. Just horror movies or not even. I guess it doesn't have to be
horror related to true crime.
Yeah, like where somebody did something really fucked up. So there you go. There you go. We'll make that happen. I think we can put Lovely Molly in there for sure. Cool. So I don't think we have anything else, guys. If you have any last minute questions or anything, throw them in the chat before we bow out. I did get to go and see the Oscar animated shorts, and I will say very good. If you get a chance to go see that, you'd be surprised. You might think, how is it going to hit me in 7 minutes?
Not everyone shits on animated shorts, Dan. But we all grew up watching cartoons. Like of course we like some of this shit.
Oh, Dan's not as bad as Ozzy. Like
really?
Ozzy will not watch a feature length animated. He's like, no, can't be longer than like a half hour.
He doesn't even like heavy metal or something. It seems like Ozzy might appreciate something like that.
Animated across the board, like
Roger Rabbit would get a pass, like that obviously.
Okay,
but yeah, no, because we've told him, oh no, he'd like the Spider-Man movies, the animated ones, but he won't watch them because they're too long.
He's right.
Well, I get what you're saying, but yeah,
I don't like the animation on those. It's just not my.
On those.
Yeah, I don't know.
Those movies are bloated, but that's a conversation for the show.
Yeah. Well, I get what you're saying about the length should be shorter, but we're not 30 minutes shorter. Like what Ozzy's like.
I think it should be an hour shorter. Like these, they're too fat. Ben Grimm, Hollywood or Jessica Rabbit? I'm Jessica Rabbit.
Yeah, I'm Jessica Rabbit.
Jessica Rabbit, like a redhead. I remember Cool World Zombie. It's been a while.
I watched it not too long ago.
How do you like your eggs? Brian Trash wants to know. It depends on my mood with that. Like if I'm not getting creative with it, sunny side. But
I like them fertilized. Fuck all that.
You're scrambled, right, Todd? You're a scrambled fan, right? I thought you were. Maybe not. I might be thinking of something
after the scramble is the Hoover.
All right, guys. That's all we got. We will see you back here next week on Flesh Wound Horror Live. Come again.
We'll probably be back before next week, but good evening.
This is true. And again, rest in peace, Kagan and Carter. Thank you for your work. I'll see you in Disneyland.